Guys, it's Christy and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for hanging out. Today, I want to talk about an experience I had this week with retinol. So before we get into it, I just wanted to say that I did notice a few more subscribers to my channel this week. So I wanted to say a huge thank you and welcome to my happy little corner of the internet. I'm so happy to have you, and I'm so excited to see that somebody else wanted to join me. But for today's video, it's going to be a little bit different. So normally I'm always playing with makeup and talking about different products, but today I want to talk about a situation I ran into this past week, with retinol. And when I was doing research to kind of help myself and figure out what I needed to do to fix the issue, I noticed there was a bit of, I guess, a hole in the market. And not really a market, but I found I had to bounce around to a lot of different places to find the information that I really needed. So I really wanted to talk to you guys about this and just kind of condense it into one video. So, and for that reason, I was a little embarrassed about my experience because I'm somebody who does a ton of research when it comes to skincare, makeup, anything. And I was a little mad at myself that I ran into this situation, but it could honestly happen to anybody. And I just wanted to share my experience and what I found that works to remedy the situation with you guys. So let's get into it. So about a week ago, I noticed that, I want to say maybe a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, I noticed that my skin was feeling really rough, which doesn't make sense because I exfoliate maybe twice a week. Like, I do a good exfoliating mask twice a week. I use an exfoliating cleanser at nighttime, and I just couldn't understand it. And then I noticed my face was getting really dry, which doesn't make sense because even though I am on the dry side, it's summertime. It's September now, but it's summertime. So I don't normally experience intense dryness until the winter. And if anything, my skincare routine gets better and better all the time. So I wasn't quite sure what was happening. And then I realized that I had recently introduced a retinol product into my skincare routine, probably back in early July. And so this was a product that had been recommended to me and safe to use every day. And yeah, it is. It probably is one of the most gentle retinols out there. But one thing that you really need to know if you're going to introduce a retinol into your routine is you really need to ease yourself into it. And that means using it twice a week for the first 2 weeks. And then, 3 times a week for 3 weeks, and then so on. So that your skin builds up a tolerance, you kind of ease yourself into it, and, eventually you can use it every day. And how retinol works is it penetrates deep into your skin. So as you know, or may not know, there are 3 layers to your skin. And it penetrates down into the deeper layers and pushes, fresh cells to the surface. And that is what helps make your skin look younger, clearer, fresher, all of those things. But when you introduce too much retinol too soon, what it can do is force some immature cells to the surface of your skin before they're ready and before they form the proper bonds to support themselves. So I think that's what happened to me. So again, I noticed it was really dry, and then last weekend, so about a week ago now, I noticed that my skin was intensely dry. My foundation looked terrible on top of it, and my face kind of hurt, to be honest. So I did like a deep moisturizing mask. I did all that stuff and nothing, and it just kind of got worse. And then I realized it was the retinol. So what I did, I immediately stopped using my retinol. So there were some sources that I read that said, no, you can't stop using it because if you do, then, you gotta start from square one. I have a better plan than that, and I'm gonna share that with you guys. So to fix the irritation that had occurred, which by the way is so painful. So what I did was I stopped using the retinol, and I also stopped using any of my acid serums, so like my hyaluronic acid and things like that, because when your skin is that irritated, those ingredients can get way too deep into your skin and just cause more irritation. So I discontinued any of my serums for the time being, and I also stopped using any sort of exfoliating products, so my cleansers, masks, any of those types of things. I stopped using those. I also stopped using a foam cleanser, and I switched to just using a cream cleanser from Purity, because the cream cleanser is still gentle enough that it's not going to irritate your skin, but it also adds a little bit of moisture. And I didn't wear makeup all week. And I should add in here too that I had to be in a wedding yesterday, so I had to figure out that issue. So again, so I switched to a cream cleanser. I stopped any of my acid serums. I stopped exfoliating, and I wasn't wearing makeup all week, and it was Vaseline on my face morning and night, because anything else hurt and stung, and it was awful. And there were some times I was sitting there, you know, with ice in a little baggie on my face because it felt like it was burning. And the ice really cooled it down. So that really helps. Should you run into a situation like that, that is what I would do. You know, stop wearing makeup, stop anything harsh like your serums and your exfoliators, and use a Vaseline, because it adds moisture to your skin without all these extra ingredients that can just irritate your skin, to be honest. And then give yourself about a week. Now, it does take about 28 days for your skin to regenerate. So your skin will be back to its normal self within about 28 days. But for now, I'm about a week out. My skin is feeling much smoother than it was a week ago. It's not hurting anymore. It stopped hurting probably after day 3 or 4 of when I finally figured out what was going on. And I have to say, I'm so pleased that I figured it out. And once my skin kind of gets back to its usual self, I'm now starting to get back to my regular skincare routine. I'm going to reintroduce my retinol in a couple weeks, and I'm going to do it like I should have from the start. So like twice a week, 3 times a week, something like that, just to kind of ease myself into it so that I don't run into this situation. This was my fault. I knew I had to introduce retinol slowly, but sometimes I find when certain retinol products are absolutely marketed as being safe to use every single day, we're like, cool. And then you jump on the bandwagon and forget everything you've ever learned. But then you learn a harsh lesson like I did. And that's okay. I'm happy I learned, because honestly, while I was embarrassed at first, it did give me some time to actually share the story with you guys, and maybe I can help somebody, because I was looking for, you know, a quick video that would kind of tell me everything I needed to know and would really help me out with this situation if it does happen again. So I really hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments if maybe you have any questions, or maybe you had a similar experience. I would love to hear. It would certainly make me feel better to know that I'm not alone. But yeah, that wraps up today's video. Again, this was just a quick one. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one.